should I be paying back the interest charged on my line of credit, or can I just claim the total each year? Julia, I think we're going to have to make a few assumptions here because I'm not quite sure that I fully understand the intent of Craig's question, but I'm assuming that he's saying that if he has a line of credit for investment purposes, does he need to actually make a payment, or can he just claim it and, I assume, capitalise it?
I think that's what he means.
I think that's what he means.
And they like to throw Part 4A at that, a scheme with a dominant purpose of a tax benefit. So you've got to have another reason for doing it. If he's out of work and can't afford to pay the interest off the loan, then that's the dominant purpose is just plain not being able to afford it. But if he's busy paying off the loan on his own house in the meantime, then no, the dominant purpose was to keep that loan as deductible as possible by capitalising the interest.
Could you have other dominant purposes? Like, could you be saying, well, look, I'm supporting my mum in a nursing home and all my money has to go out to that, therefore I need to let it capitalise? Would that then be a good reason, for example?
Well, that's the argument that, you can't afford, but you wouldn't be able to do that forever and a day, would you? You'd be thinking, well, if I can't afford, I've got to sell it, I've got to do something else. But certainly a year that you have a bad year, you've got a very good argument that wasn't a tax scheme at all, it's just a necessity.
Okay, so for the viewers at home, Craig's question, we think, relates to a situation where you have a line of credit on your investment property, and with a line of credit, there's no real requirements if it's got a big enough limit, which is more than what you owe on it. There's no requirements by the bank for you to necessarily make a payment of interest or even make a repayment of principal. In fact, you can just let the interest keep adding up as it would on a credit card. If you had a credit card that kept getting interest and you weren't making payments, and it would add up and add up. Technically, you can do that. But can you claim then that increasing loan and therefore the increasing interest every year against your tax? And the answer to that is depends why you're doing it. If you're doing it because the money that's possibly coming in from your investment property, which you're now not using to meet the interest bill, is going straight out to your own home loan to pay down your loan quickly, then you're doing it for the purposes of obtaining a tax benefit. But if you just can't afford something, or you need the money for desperate circumstances or something else, you may have a dominant purpose for putting that arrangement into place. Julia, people have to be careful about this. They can stay pretty clear on a line of credit though, can't they, as long as they meet at least that interest bill every month without necessarily having to pay principal, correct?
Yes, they'd be pushing it to try and argue that you should be paying it down as well.
You're there somewhere. I just can't see you at the moment. If I can get the guys out the back to show me your face while you answer that question. There you go. So if you're just meeting that interest bill just like you would on an interest-only loan, surely that's acceptable.
It is. They'd be pushing it to try and argue you should be paying down the principal as well. I think the ABC would be onto that. But remember, Part 4A is a gift to them. They can throw it at whatever they like, really.
If you're ready to start or continue building an investment property portfolio, then you should know this. Almost all property investment advisors today will either also sell you a property, gaining huge commissions for doing so, or act to buy one for you with a hefty fee included. This can set you back years as you struggle to regain the equity that those fees cut into. Destiny is different. For a fraction of the cost to get a buyer's agent to buy you a single property, my company Destiny can help you build an entire portfolio, meaning you can build equity a lot sooner.
To find out more, go to destiny.com.au and click on what we offer, or call us on 1300 My Destiny.
Destiny, helping Australian property investors for more than 23 years.